Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore's 10 a.m. meditation. My name is Sue Monahan, and I'm the practitioner for the day. So let's just start with some deep breathing. And if you would like, put your hands over your heart space. Breathing in deeply, filling up your belly, your lungs and throat, and releasing out slowly, completely emptying and allowing the breath to leave. Breathe in consciously, accept this breath, this gift of life, and release. Breathe in and fill your body, feeling this breath, and releasing. You can let your breath return to normal and just rest your hands wherever is comfortable for you. I want to start with a body scan, using our breath to send this life to anywhere where we may be holding tension or discomfort. This body is made up of a community of atoms and cells, trillions actually. A community of our beingness. And we allow that community to work for our highest and best good. So right now, let's just start with our feet. Wiggle your toes. Feel your ankles, your shins and calves, behind the knees and the knees. Feel your hamstrings, your quadriceps, and your buttocks. Enliven all parts of your lower extremities with love-filled breath. Feel this breath in your genitals, your solar plexus, your belly, your chest, your heart space. Feel alive in all of the organs of your body that are encompassed here. If there's anywhere or any place that feels icky or sticky, place your attention there and breathe in support. Feel this breath moving into your arms, your upper back and shoulders, your neck and head. Release any tension here. Release tension in your face, allowing your tongue to move from the roof of your mouth. Soften your eyes and your jaw. Perhaps you sense a smile forming. Your body represents your personal community, a sacred place and space. Feel comfortable in your community. Allow yourself to feel your authentic, audacious, courageous self. It takes courage to enter into the space of just allowing the sacredness that is life. The sacredness that is body community to be felt and honored. We are safe. Repeat this mantra for a few minutes. I am authentic. I am audacious. I am courageous. I am authentic. I am audacious. I am courageous. I am authentic. I am audacious. I am courageous. If your mind wanders, bring yourself back. I am authentic. I am audacious. I am courageous. Now, as we've given this time, this place, this space to ourselves, I would like to take some time to reflect on our community, our spiritual community. A place where we are spiritually fed and where we can feel safe. What does it mean to participate in community? Here is where we get to be our authentic, audacious, courageous selves. We are God expressed. God as us expressed. From this idea of belonging to community, let's reflect on this quote from Jim Lockhart from his book, Creating the Beloved Community. Because this is surely what we are about, what we are being invited to do. Create the beloved community where all are welcome. So just breathe. Jim says, safe space and spiritual community is not about eliminating discomfort. It is providing a supportive place where we can experience the inevitable discomfort of deep personal introspection and spiritual growth with support and understanding. It takes courage to express ourselves. It takes courage to ask for assistance or prayer. It takes courage to bring forth any misunderstandings or miscommunications. It takes courage to be our audacious, authentic selves in a diverse community. It takes courage to forgive. Our spiritual community is an opportunity for deep growth and an opportunity to make a commitment of our time, our talent, our tithe, our growth, and our growth together. Repeat, I am courageous and committed to what it means to be in beloved community. Let's take a few moments here. I am courageous and committed to what it means to be in the beloved community. I am courageous and committed to what it means to be in beloved community. I am courageous and committed to what it means to be in the beloved spiritual community. I will end our meditation and our contemplation today with a spiritual mind treatment. So right here, right now, right where we are invited to know and to be the divine celebration, which is the presence of God that we always are, that is in our individual personal community and our beloved spiritual community. And that to the degree that we are conscious of it, we get to celebrate it. We get to celebrate this knowingness within ourselves and this knowingness within community. We step up and we stepped in to this amazing knowingness, this amazing commitment, this amazing beingness of the way that the divine expresses as only it can through each individual one of us. There is never any separation from the divine. We celebrate this. We celebrate this invitation. And we are grateful. We are grateful for the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore. We are grateful for everyone that's here, past and present. We are grateful for Tracy Rhymes and Reverend Raymont for the commitment that they've made to this community, for the way that they have enhanced our lives, our commitment, our joy, our celebration. We are so grateful for this. So it is with great gratitude and with honor and with delight that I release this treatment into the wall, trusting and surrendering into the amazement that is spirit, that is life, that is us. We are it. We are grateful. I release this and let it go, saying amen, ashe, and so it is. Namaste.
One more time, one more time, love allowed us to come together. One more time, one more time, one more time, love allowed us to come together. One more time, one more time, one more time, love allowed us to pray together. One more time, one more time, one more time, love allowed us to pray together. One more time, one more time, one more time, love allowed us to sing together. One more time, one more time, one more time, love allowed us to sing together. One more time, one more time, one more time, love allowed us to shine together. One more time, One more time. One more time. Love allowed us to shine together. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. Love allows us to come together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Love allows us to come together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Love allowed us to pray together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Love allowed us to pray together. One more time. One more time, yeah. One more time. Love allowed us to sing together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Love allowed us to sing together. One more time. One more time, yeah. One more time. Love allowed us to shine together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Love allowed us to shine together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Love allowed us to come together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Love allowed us to come together. One more time. Love allowed us to pray together. One more time. Love allowed us to sing together. One more time. Love allowed us to shine together. One more time. I say,
It would help if I had an interpreter. God morning, God morning, God morning, God morning to you. God morning, God morning, God morning, God morning to all. God morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Great to Baltimore's virtual service. Ah, that's right, it's going to be a singing service. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I am your singing host, Tracy Rhymes. Our speaker is our awesome, amazing, and great spiritual director, Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson. Our musician, Sanahara Chandra. One more time. Serving as today's practitioner of distinction, who led the pre-service meditation, is Sue Monahan, assisting with making this service open, inviting, and accessible to the deaf community are our sign language interpreters, Say More and Renuka Purimetla. On behalf of Reverend Dr. Ray, thank you for your service. LGB every Sunday is an Invite a Friend or Family Member Sunday. That's right. Make sure you spread the love and invite someone to service. We would love to have them hang out with us. Has been a part of this teaching since 2004. She has been a practitioner since 2013. Sue believes that we are the point of power in our lives, that our essence is spiritual, and it is good. It is her desire to let Spirit reveal this wonderful truth through her. Sue is committed to CSLGB's vision that we are demonstrating a world that works for all. One life-affirming thought, word, feeling, deed, and one human interaction at a time. We all make a difference in other people's lives. May our light shine for all to see.
Thank you, Tracy Rhines. Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. So as we open, we just feel ourselves enveloped, wrapped, encompassed, surrounded in love, because love is all there is. It is the divine energy flow that is living, moving, and having its being through us, as us, because it is us. We get to come together today to meet and greet and celebrate the divine one more time. And it is grand and glorious. I am so grateful for this day. I am so grateful for this center, for the music, for the talk, for the host. It is all God expressing in its highest and best form, and it is so good. So it is with gratitude that I release this, saying amen, ashe, all is well, and so it is.
The Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore's community, honors the world's religions. One tree, many branches. One mountain, many paths. One world, many religions and spiritual traditions. With the lighting of these candles on the first Sunday of each month, we not only honor each person on their select path, but we also bless them and recognize the light, the love, and the life-affirming nature of spirit as it shows itself in each path, in each practice, and in each person.
All right, we ready to move on? Study, learn, and grow with Science of Mind and Spirit and Thursday night study groups. Visit cslgreaterbaltimore.org to learn how to participate and enroll in the Discovery class and know what Reverend Dr. Ray is teaching in the larger CSL community and beyond. For a full list of news and events and ways you can volunteer to serve, go to our website, cslgreaterbaltimore.com/events. Dun, 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 dun. Due to popular demand, Reverend Ray will continue to offer the daily text and voicemail. Contact him directly for details on how to contribute, come on, Tracy, get the word out, financially to its continuation. All right. It is with great sadness that I remind our community that December 31st, Reverend Ray will no longer be the senior minister of the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore. Today, Reverend Ray will have a Q&A after service to answer any questions from the community as he embarks on the next phase of his journey. You can ask anything you like. Be respectful and mindful of your inquiry. Our deepest gratitude and thanks. Our CSLGB community expresses profound gratitude for Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson as his term of service is complete, December 31st, 2022. Rev Ray has lent his remarkable talents to assure the success and continuation of CSL Greater Baltimore through his guidance, acceptance, wit, charm, and incredible genius. He has helped us to create a vision, mission, and purpose that aligns us with the greater understanding of creating a world that works for all. As senior minister, he has created wonderful and powerful weekly talks and slides that have allowed us to go deeper into this teaching and led us down the path of right consciousness. He has created and maintained our amazing website, maintained our social media presence through his posts and daily inspirational messages, along with teaching classes. Rev Ray's efforts will be long remembered, and we know that he will be guiding and gifting others with his wonderful superpowers. Rev Ray will be missed. Thank you. We are forever grateful. We love you. Here at CSLGB, we live as answered prayer because prayer works. What? Prayer works. You better know it. We, as a community, continue to treat and move our feet, knowing the truth for everyone around the planet. Prayer requests can be sent at any time via email to info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org. Usui Reiki Master, sound healer, and holistic nurse Sanahara Chandra has a lifelong relationship with sound. From her roots in Southern gospel and 90s R&B to her journeys through world music, neo-soul, jazz, and songwriting, her heart and soul have shared the healing power of music. On her path of seeking, she has acquired many skills and experiences and brings to her work an embodied expression of emotion, healed trauma, and unconditional love. She is now back in school to become a certified holistic nurse, allowing her to bridge her passions of psychology, sociology, nursing, and holistic healing. She is launching her new podcast, Sincerely Ama, anchor.fm/Sincerely Ama, and her new website, SanaharaEnergetics.com, offering a variety of quantum energy healing and holistic RN care plans. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel at youtube.com/user/Amachandra and join her online sacred temple community, patreon.com/The Risen Heart.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream colored ponies and crisp apple strudel, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver-eyed winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream color ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver-white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites and the bee stings, and you're feeling sad, just simply remember your favorite thing, and then you won't feel so bad.
Thank you, Alma. Now, Sue returns to lead us in a spiritual practice.
Good morning. So this in-service meditation is taken from the Science of Mind magazine, October 2021, that I came across this past week, and it's entitled Enough for Everyone. It comes from Ernest Holmes' observations. I've changed some of the wording to make it gentle, neutral, and I'm using the quote instead of the affirmation at the end. Enjoy this reading in the context of our monthly theme as we enter into a bigger idea of community. Liberty means more than just having our individual way in life. The more we live and the longer we experience living, the more we come to realize that there's no such thing as an individual good. That thing is good for me, which is good for you, and which is good for all persons. That good is a universal quality of spirit. We may say that God is good, which is undoubtedly true, and this good is universally distributed everywhere. This good belongs to everyone alike. But this good is not the private possession of any particular individual. And as much of this good as any one of us can conceive and accept belongs to them. So it must be with liberty. So it must be with freedom. Ever since the dawn of history, the human mind has been trying to figure out how to be free. All the great and ennobling lives have taught freedom of spirit, freedom of mind, freedom of soul, freedom of worship, freedom to live. And we're hearing more about freedom today than at any time in our history. There's a spiritual element connected with this idea of freedom, a great intellectual and religious conviction that God made all persons partaking of its own divine nature, and that each one of us should enjoy divine abundance, complete peace, emancipation from pain. But have we all arrived at a true concept of our freedom, which means that my freedom could not infringe on yours or yours on mine? Freedom is arrived at and liberty procured spiritually, intellectually, and in every other form of human activity only as we conceive that freedom is for the greater good to the larger number of persons. Thich Nhat Hanh says, there's no enlightenment outside of daily living. And I would add, our enlightenment is enhanced through our daily life in community. Know this with me now. There's only one power and one presence. This cosmic force that created all life out of itself and called it good, named and claimed each one of us, and invited us here today to open our arms to the beloved community, to the message from our beloved Reverend Raymont Anderson, for the music, for the interpretation, for the host, everything that's gone on to bring this Sunday service forward. We are all invited to be here today. It is our consciousness, it is our collective consciousness that moves this place and this earth space forward to a world that works for all. It is good. It is so good. We do this through our beloved community. And I just give gratitude and thanks for this recognition and this deeper understanding. It is all God. It is all unfolding as us. We are it. All is well. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Sue. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson. He is an ordained Centers for Spiritual Living minister, serving the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore community as our spiritual director. As a lifelong learner with a passion for self-development, personal transformation, transmutation, and transfiguration, he has frequently been referred to as a Renaissance man and visionary New Thought leader who makes complex metaphysical concepts readily understandable and applicable. His mission is to live, move, and be an active member of society who serves to educate, elucidate, and emancipate people and communities to awaken and empower themselves. ACTIVE is an acronym that stands for authentic, compassionate, transparent, inspired, vibrant, and empowered. And he continues to live his bliss as a teacher, minister, author, workshop and seminar facilitator, visual artist, ASL interpreter, and ASL performing artist, mentor, father, grandfather, and more. I give you Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson.
Hello and greetings. Thank you, Susan, for such a wonderful introduction. I truly appreciate you. So good morning, everybody. So before we begin, some of you may have heard, may not have heard, but before we begin, I would like to pause for a moment of silence in honor and recognition that today's service is dedicated to our beloved brother, Derek Neal. So simply pause and breathe and bring to your memory, bring to your heart space what Derek means to you. And breathe. So Derek, I'm going to do my best to get some preachification on today. We love you and we appreciate you. Thank you for being in our lives. Today, we are talking about this thing called joy, but specifically the ode to joy. How do we begin to work together? If you were here for anything that Sue shared, anything that Amma sang, then you get this idea that how are we together creating the possibility, creating the atmosphere to demonstrate and manifest a world that works for everyone. And it begins at this individual level, but if it stays at the individual level, it doesn't do anything. So it's how does it shift from the individual to spread out so that the collective now is anchored and grounded in this thing called a world that works for all, which means we have to heal our individual things as well as our collective things. We have to address our individual things and address our collective things. We have to heal, we have to shift, we have to evolve individually, family trauma, baggage, beliefs and paradigms and states of consciousness that don't serve us, that are not life affirming individually, and do the exact same thing collectively. Are you ready to embark upon this? Because we begin with a test. For those of you who are musical, what is this Ludwig van Beethoven tune? You have 10 seconds. 7 seconds. Come on now. I don't see anybody typing stuff. You're taking too long. And joyful, joyful, we adore thee. Joyful, joyful. That is the ode to joy written by Ludwig van Beethoven. I would love to see how Renuka did that accent. But you may also be familiar with this idea of ode, having watched Willy Wonka, who said, "We are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams," which comes from author O'Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy, yes. We are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams. We are the movers and shakers of the world forever, it seems. Are you a mover and shaker? Are you demonstrating and manifesting what it means to be a maker of music? Whether you sing or not, whether you play the drums, percussion, whether you are a flautist, whether you are a violinist, a pianist, doesn't matter. Are you making music simply by saying hello? Are you dreaming the dream of a world that works for all in the manner in which you cook, the manner in which you bow to say namaste, the manner in which you walk gently and powerfully on the earth? Are you moving and shaking to create this? Because everything we are doing is a type of poetry. An ode is a type of lyric poetry. For those of us who may not know what an ode is, I can hear Tracy now. What's an ode? Odes are elaborately structured poems that are praising or glorifying an event or an individual, describing some aspect of nature intellectually as well as emotionally. The manner in which we communicate. What are we praising? What are we glorifying? What are we exalting? Because when we are complaining, that is an ode. That is a type of poetry. That is a type of praising, right? Like in the spectrum of life affirming, non-life affirming. This spectrum of faith. Empowering faith is life affirming. Non-empowering faith, fear, worry, and anxiety. Where on the spectrum are we showing up? Where are we engaging and anchoring our power? Where are we speaking from? What are we speaking to? Are we speaking to the truth about what a world that works for all is? Are we speaking to the truth about what love is and what love can do? Or are we speaking about Well, it's business as usual, same old, same old. Yeah, I can't complain. Okay, so if you can't complain, then why even put complain in a sentence? Tell me what you can do. I can't complain. Then what can you do? How are you today? So, I can't complain. How are you today? You know what? I can be in a state of joy. I can be in a state of gratitude. Tell me what you can. Speak about what you can. Praise what you can. Glorify what you can, not what you follow what I'm saying. Because we have a choice. And the words that we speak, the way that we show up is crafting, is manifesting, life affirming or non life affirming. A world that works for all, or the system that currently exists that is going to continue to exist if that's the energy that we are giving. Business as usual? Business as usual. Is that what we're doing? Are we anchored and grounded in same old, same old? Are we anchored and grounded in the consciousness of what has been to such a degree that we are going to continue to promote the ode to fear, the ode to hate, the ode to separation, the ode to pseudo power? Is that what we are touching and agreeing when we show up? When we show up in community, is this what we are going to continue to do? Is this what we are pledging our allegiance to? Fear, hate, separation, and fake power? Or are we ready to do the serious work? What did Sue say? It takes courage to evolve, to shift, to heal, to resolve whatever is going on. It takes courage to walk the walk of what it means to be and manifest a world that works for all. Are we willing to say, I am authentic, I am courageous, I am audacious, and daily the ode to community, daily the ode to love, daily the ode to service, daily, moment by moment, thought by thought, word by word, daily the ode to divine power. We have a choice. Breathe. Gandhi said, my life is my message. Now, we could do the entire talk just about what is your message? Your life is your message. Yes, Sue, because I know how much you love the acronyms. Yes, we're doing an acronym again. Yes. So the ode, if your life is your message, then your ode, it has to be the manner in which we have our daily expressions. Every day, what are we expressing? That's our ode. And when we embody science of mind and spirit, that it's in our thoughts, in our hearts, and in our bodies, in our hands, in our feet, our way of showing up, then our daily expressions are going to change from what they were to what they now are and what they forever will be, because we are anchored in principle. We are forever practicing the presence. And that's how we manifest a world that works for all. So pause and think about our daily expressions. What are our daily expressions? What am I expressing daily? Angst, complaints, gossip, frustration? What am I expressing daily? I've often said, if your life was a reality TV show, what would it be that the audience is seeing in your life? Leo Babuta says, each of us lives a life that expresses who we are, reacts to the world around us, shows our passions, reflects our deep river of feelings and being. We might sing out in joy through our words and our actions and our expressions. We might hide in fear and in pain. We might lash out in anger. Everything we do, everything we are, expresses. Breathe that in. Everything we do, everything we are, expresses. Are we expressing what we, in order to create a world that works for all, in order to sing the ode to joy, in order to heal and transform and transmogrify creation, are we expressing what we truly desire to express? As Sue said earlier from Reverend Dr. Jim Lockhart, safe space in community is not about removing or eliminating discomfort. It has to be about, here is a container where discomfort can safely occur. It is providing a supportive place where we can experience all of the inevitable discomfort that comes with deep personal introspection and spiritual growth with support and understanding. Are we engaging in creating that space? If not, and I mean 100%, 99.999%, if we're not, then we are invited to step into that work. So let's revisit this idea. Ode, add an M, mode. Well, what is a mode? A mode is a way or manner in which something occurs or is experienced, expressed, or done. So what is the mode in which you operate in the world? What is the mode in which you experience the world? What is the mode, right? You got me. Now, we know what an ode is. An ode is our daily expressions, our daily way of expressing who and what we are. So let's ask, when living this thing called life, how are you manifesting? How are we manifesting our daily expressions? How are we manifesting? What is it? What are we manifesting it by praying? Are we manifesting it by gossiping? Are we manifesting it by holding resentment? Are we manifesting it by in order to manifest, we are called into action. How are we manifesting? Breathe. The CSL Global Vision, one place it says, we demonstrate the oneness of spirit in everything. How much of? In everything that we do. Knowing that this oneness is inclusive of all ways that it shows up as diversity, race, age, ethnicity, culture, heritage, religion, political affiliations, experience, gender expression, sexual orientation, favorite pie, favorite song, all of the ways that spirit is showing up. It includes itself in all of this. There's nowhere where it's not. Spirit, it has to be inclusive of itself. It's all there is. How are we demonstrating this oneness in everything that we do? When there's a board meeting, are we demonstrating this oneness of spirit? When there's a family function over a holiday, are we demonstrating this oneness? When we show up at the polls to vote, are we demonstrating this oneness of spirit? When we are crossing the street and waving to a neighbor, are we demonstrating the oneness of spirit in everything we do? Even when, remember that discomfort that we just talked about from Reverend Dr. Jim Lockhart? When we are in contention, discord, disagreement, are we still able to anchor and ground in the demonstration of oneness of spirit, even when we are debating, even when we are discussing and disagreeing on something? Because if we are, then that will resolve itself in some way that is life affirming. even if that means we continue to disagree. You know, Eugene, sweet potato pie is far better than apple pie. No, Reverend Ray, apple pie. You know what? Matter of fact, forget the apple pie. Pumpkin pie. No, bruh. I love you, but I have to disagree. We are demonstrating the oneness of spirit, and we need not go into everybody was kung fu fighting, because we simply say, I honor and respect your love for sweet potato pie, and I honor and respect your love for pumpkin pie. And then we move on in oneness, with love, with respect. Are we demonstrating this in everything that we do? The code. What is the code? A system of words, letters, figures, or other symbols like Facebook memes that are substituted for words or letters, etc. The code, the manner in which you speak, is a code. For example, if I say the word, I'm going to spell it S-H-I-T. Eugene knows that that is code for something else, something that he spoke about in terms of this spiritual practice, this elevated way of showing up, that it's not the way that we typically use the words. Follow what I'm saying? There is code. When Tracy calls me Reverend Dr. Crumbly Crumb, it's a, she's laughing, it's a code. And it means he who cannot sit in the living room in front of the television without making a mess. It's code. We are always what we wear, how we do our hair, all of the things that it's code. It is representing something. Are we clear that our code is how we are co-creating our daily expressions? How am I anchoring and grounding when I am? See, when Amma is singing and performing, Amma is co-creating with us. Amma's not just doing, Amma shows up and Amma's like, okay, cool, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to sing, this is what I'm going to present. And it's not just for the sake of, this is what I'm going to sing, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to present. Amma's consciousness is, this is what I'm going to share in order to shift and heal and elevate consciousness. This is what I am going to allow to move through me for the healing of everyone who hears it and feels the vibration of it. This is what I am presenting for the co-creation of a world that works for all, one heart at a time. How are we joining in the co-creative process through the codes that we use? We envision a world where personal responsibility, individual, joins with social consciousness, social conscience, social interaction, the mass way that consciousness shows up in every area of life: political, corporate, academic, social, all of the ways that we are providing sustainable structures for the furthering of this emerging global consciousness, co-creating. When we show up in the corporate sector, in the academic sector, we are co-creating. How are we engaging personal responsibility, joint responsibility, collective responsibility? In all areas, everywhere God is, are we anchoring and grounding in that? You go to the bank. Do you recognize that God is in the bank? That God is the bank? You go to the ATM to withdraw money. Are you recognizing that the ATM is God, dispensing God? When you go to the gas station is God. The car is God. The gas pump and the gas, God. Are you anchoring and grounding in this divine reciprocity, recognizing that all of it is God? All of it? Because when we do more consciously, we are more readily available to all of the good that is available to us. That is spirit making itself known through all of this so that we can better co-create. Right? Like the first time, Amma says, Reverend Ray, look, this is a singing bowl. It's a what? It's a singing bowl. Does it sing? Well, I make it sing. Why? Right? Like there's this part of me that I have no idea what you're talking about, Amma. And then Amma shares like boom, and it resonates with me. I'm like, oh. And then now that I know what it is, what it does, I am now able to co-create with it, to engage in this resonance. But if I don't recognize it, don't acknowledge it, then how can I do it? How can I make a sweet potato pie if I don't know what a sweet potato is? How can I make a pie if I don't know what a pie is? But the moment I know what it is, the moment I know where to find it, the moment I know where to find love, everywhere, where to find God, everywhere, then I'm able to actively co-create. I'm actively able to engage in practicing the presence everywhere as everything all the time, moment by moment, thought by thought, breath by breath. Breathe. Because then I realize and recognize that wherever I am, God is, therefore, it's always home. I'm always home. So when the prodigal son leaves home and goes elsewhere, based on our teaching, wherever he was, God was. He was home. He didn't realize it. So he felt like I have to return home. But in consciousness, it's when we go out and we think, this is where it's holy. This place is where that place isn't. That place it's just a bank. No, wherever you are, God is. So that bank is no less holy than, that bank is no less sacred than, it's all God. So everywhere we go has to be home. It has to be the place of spirit. So are you able to be in a consciousness where you are absolutely blessing, where we are absolutely blessing our daily experiences, our daily expressions? Are we absolutely blessing? Even when there is the challenge, are we able to find something within it to bless? For example, I just mentioned the gas station and the gas in the car. Gas prices are like, cow! But can I bless and say, in this moment right now, what I am grateful for, what I am blessing is the fact that I am able to have and experience this thing called money or gas, or even beyond that. I am absolutely blessing that I know that we are evolving beyond the need for fossil fuels. We are evolving beyond the need for even having this monetary exchange where, the price of electricity for the electric car is now where that is a thing of the past. I am absolutely blessing the ever moving consciousness of. Or am I absolutely cursing? Prices of bread, gas, rent. Am I absolutely cursing? Those people, I can't stand it when. And there's a fine line between venting and expressing, venting and shifting, venting, healing, complaining. It's a fine line between all of this stuff. The moment we anchor and ground, then we know I am saying this to get it off my chest, and you need not hear me reference it again, except in certain circumstances. Like when I'm speaking to my therapist and she asks me a question, then yes, I revisit certain things like, well, that was so last year. But she's asking for a reason, so I bring it up. And then she asks certain things about, well, what are you feeling about? Well, you mean now or then? So there are certain things that are part of the process. But if she says, Ray, how was Monday? Remember back in 1978. And I bring that up every time we talk. For what purpose? So be clear. Are you being in a state of wherever I am, God is, and I am home? I am at home when I am visiting Sue at the River House on the River Shark, right? That's code, because Sue knows what I'm talking about. That's code, ha ha ha, right? Am I at home even when visiting Robin at her home? Am I at home? Am I able to make myself at home when I'm at the therapist, when I'm at a doctor's appointment? Because if I am absolutely blessing wherever I am and what I am doing, then I'm able to be at home. Breathe. David Bohm and Robert Weinberg say a society is a link of relationships among people and institutions so that we can live together and live together effectively. But it only works if we have a culture which implies that we share meaning. In other words, that we share significance, we share purpose, we share values. Because if we are not sharing, co-creating, opening and welcoming ourselves to home, that is our regular and everyday mode of operation, and the code that we speak is about this significance and the purpose and our values. Otherwise, things fall apart. There are insurrections. There is destruction, separation, segregation, racism. Otherwise, because we are not coming together, the relationships are disjointed. So how do we as a society, how do we as a community link our relationships? As an institution called CSL Greater Baltimore, as an institution called CSL, as an institution called the United States of America, how do we link relationships? Find culture, significance, equity, and values that are shared, that evolve and heal us together. Breathe. Because when we are able to step into that space, then we come back to what Sue said. I am authentic, courageous, audacious, and I am able to explode. I am able to burst forth. I am able to show up in this rapid expression of. I have no need to withhold my light. I let my life explode forth. I let my love explode forth. I let my joy and my joyous laughter, because is this joyous laughter? Tracy said, nope, not from you. Letting my laughter, letting my joyous laughter explode means that I laugh and the neighbors can hear it. Letting it explode. Letting ourselves expertly live. To expertly be living our daily expressions, our daily way of being, the very presence of the divine in a manner of expertise, a manner of effectively and powerfully stewarding who and what we are, letting our authenticity explode out and ripple out, letting our courageousness explode and ripple out, letting our audacity to be love, to have joyous laughter, letting it explode and ripple out. Because, as Dr. Cornel West says, never forget that justice, never forget, and these are my words now, never forget that love, never forget that joy, never forget that equity is what love looks like in public. In public. When you go to the grocery store, when you go to the park, when you go to work, the manner in which you show up in public, how you show up in public. Because public, if it's whatever you say, whatever you do around other people in public. Praying, that's a thing, I pray here in my house. But when I go out in the world, my life should now be my prayer. My life should now be my prayer in public. My meditation on my cushion in private. But then when I go out in the world, my life should be my meditation. When I communicate, when I pose to take Christmas pictures, that should be part of my meditation. That should be part of my practice. So let's go back to where we began. Ode to Joy. How we begin this work on an individual level and collectively. That is how we demonstrate in community what it means to manifest and demonstrate and create, to co-create and to explode a world that works for all. Moving from this idea of me to we, truly understanding what it means to be in community. Community is not made up of just me. It's all of us. And not just us in CSL Greater Baltimore, not just us in the Greater Baltimore area, not just us in the East Coast, not just us it's all of us. How do we spread and share this amazing, wondrous joy? How do we serve the planet? That's how we manifest and create. But we have to do it first here. How am I generous with myself? How do I self-care so that I can then be a caring, loving, supportive partner with another? How do I anchor and ground into this idea of what it means to truly make music, what it truly means to have this ode to joy, what it means to truly engage and practice the presence. There's a practitioner in Asheville, Charlie Shepard, who shared with me years ago. He wanted to create a bumper sticker. You are God, now act like it. So years ago, I heard this song. It was sung during a commercial. And I thought it was, very fitting. I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. What do you want to teach the world to sing? I'd like to teach the world to sing so they all know their love, to know that God is where they are because it's all there is. What do you want to teach the world to sing? Breathe. This week's practice. How many communities do you belong to? What are 3 key predominant characteristics of each of these communities that you belong to? Because there's a lot. When we really anchor and ground into it, there is a lot. Pause. Grace Lee Boggs says, you cannot change any society unless you take responsibility for it. You cannot change CSL Greater Baltimore unless you take responsibility for it. You cannot change CSL unless you take responsibility for it. You cannot change your family unless you you follow me. Unless you see yourself as belonging to it, belonging in it. and you are responsible for changing some aspect of it. So what in society, in your communities, are you taking responsibility for? And what are you doing to change any aspect of it? All of it. Like, what are you doing to change you within it and to change the energy, the mode, the code, the ability to be home within it in order to explode this evolutionary consciousness? And then lastly, have a conversation with, I know it says 2, we're going to do 4. Have a conversation with 4 people. How do you think your spiritual perspective, science of mind and spirit, how do you think your spiritual perspective could be of service to any of these communities? So pause, just as an example. One of the communities I belong to is my family. It's a community. How do I think my spiritual perspective could be of service to my family? How do I think my spiritual perspective could be of service to the LGBTQ community, to the people of color community, to being African American or Black, to being male, cisgender male, various communities, the New Thought community, I belong to it. How do I think my spiritual perspective of science of mind and spirit, of practicing the presence, could be of service in all of the communities that I have identified that I belong to? And what would it take for you, for me, for we to begin to take action on those changes? Breathe. This week's affirmation declaration, I will say it first, and if you feel in alignment with it, say it with me on the second go round. I am one with the circle of life. Because we know there is only one life, and that life is God. So when we say, I am one with the circle of life, I am one with that which is God, is what we are saying. Breathe. Together. I am one with the circle of life. Breathe. I feel like I should lift Simba. Breathe. As we avail our hearts and our minds once again for our beloved sister, Amma, who is going to once again grace us with this practice of co-creating, being in the atmosphere, the very embodiment of all that love, that spirit is, because she is a walking divine demonstration of how beautiful God is, how powerful God is, how authentic God is, how courageous God is, how audacious God is as her. And so it is. Much love, Alma.
Y'all, I'm coming in here with my big old grin from Rev and his affirmation and his message. And I have to tell you all where this song comes from. This song comes from a show called Steven Universe. And it's something that my daughter introduced me to. When I first heard this song, it touched me so deeply. I wake up to it almost every day in my spirit. And if it's not there, I go find it and put it in there. So as we do this work, may we all know a true kind of love. Oh, when a difficult day goes by, keeping it together is hard, but that's why you've got to try. You've got to try. And when there's a thundering storm outside, underneath the covers you huddle and hide. Open your eyes, open your eyes. It's the truth, It's the true, it's the true kind of love. It's the true, it's the true, it's the true kind of love. Stuck in the middle of fear and shame. Everybody's looking for someone to blame. Like it's a game, like it's a game. And now I know better than win or lose. There's a new direction that I like to choose. It's called the truth. It's called the truth. Yes, it's a truth. It's a truth. It's a true kind of love. It's a truth. It's a truth. It's a true kind of love. Oh, when a difficult day goes by, keeping it together is hard, but that's why you've got to try. You've got to try. And when there's a thundering storm outside, underneath the covers you huddle and hide. Open your eyes, open your eyes, 'cause it's a truth, it's a truth, it's a true kind of love. It's a truth, it's a truth, it's a true kind of love. Hey, you show me that solvable problem. We can get through this, and I'll do the hardest part with you. 'Cause it's the truth, it's a truth, it's a true kind of love. It's a truth, it's a truth, it's a true kind of love. It's a truth, it's a truth, it's a true kind of love. It's a truth, it's a truth, it's a true kind of love.
See, that's what. See. Oh. You know what? Boom, boom. I need something that like I need. Yes, that's. Woo, it's not a microphone, but yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Love you, Alma. Like all the time, you deliver with this element of truth and soul and power and like everything that Sue said. That authenticity, that transparency. I so appreciate you for everything that you do and all that you are. Much love. Yes. The truth. Oh, they need a tambourine. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm ready to run around the office. So let's breathe. Let's breathe. Let's breathe. As Tracy would say, come on, Ray. Focus. Focus. She said, yep. Tracy, hush up now. At this point of service, we anchor into the truth of what it means to participate in the law of circulation, the active law of giving from our time, our treasure, our talent, our tithes, so that this community steps into its next great form of evolutionary expression, so that this community is having live, in-person, hybrid services, so that people are like everything that we've talked about for the last several years. And as Tracy always reminds us, because it's a business, we are also paying for the bill for lights and the groundskeepers and landscaping and custodians and all this stuff, as well as a staff of practitioners as well as all of the classes and classrooms and resources and connection, like all of that stuff. When we engage in, what did Grace Lee Boggs say? When we take responsibility for our community, taking ownership of, knowing that we are a part of it, and how we show up with time, talent, treasure, tithes demonstrates that. Our practitioner core of distinction, practitioners of distinction, that core has pledged $50,000 by the end of this year. And as of the beginning of this month, that number 20,860. And this is on top of their regular tithes. The community's matching pledge, as of the beginning of the month, 5,600, also on top of their regular monthly tithes. Breathe. Because you may be wondering, well, Reverend Ray, how do I give of my financial overflow? Because, see, the thing, pause. I know that there are times when we feel like we can't give. And I want us to realize that if you committed to giving because of whatever's going on financially, I commit to giving $1 a month consistently. I commit to giving 50 cents a month until such time as my overflow is overflowing, whatever that means. I commit that, remember, the manner in which my mode of how I show up into the manifesting, I commit to this. I commit to volunteering. I commit all of that stuff. So everyone can commit to something. And if you can't do 50 cents a month, can you do 50 cents a quarter consistently? 25 cents every 3 months. Can you commit to that? We all, because the moment we commit to it, we are saying yes, and the law says yes. So we are creating the energy that builds, and we are able to appreciate, and we are able, remember, we are blessing. We are blessing our abode. We are blessing our home. We are blessing our center. Absolutely blessing it. And we are committed to it. And you can give through the postal mail service, the text messaging service, Givelify app service, PayPal online financial service. If you ever have questions about any of these don't work and you want to do WhatsApp or Cash App or I want to give money app, whatever is there, then reach out to Sue Monahan, our amazing treasurer extraordinaire, who will make sure that she gets an answer to you so that you can engage in this practice. And if you ever have questions about anything regarding finances, dividing a certain portion of your money to education, the Prac Core, the invitation for all of these amazing musicians such as Amma to be able to be here so we can pay them, then also talk to Sue or any of the board of trustees about how you can divide a certain portion or dedicate it to a certain thing. Breathe. Remember, here at CSL Greater Baltimore, when we say this declaration of financial wealth and abundance, because God is all there is, we know that we are also declaring physical wealth, health, and abundance, relationship, wealth, health, and abundance, intellectual wealth, health, abundance, and prosperity. We are claiming and naming, declaring and exploding this recognition that wealth, prosperity, abundance, and opulence in all of the most life-affirming ways is flowing in, through, and as us and our relationships. If that resonates with you, then let us declare together. I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation. I trust in the spiritual principle that says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate my awareness of standing not only in the flow, but as the flow itself. As I sow of myself, my time, my treasure, my talent, I demonstrate my support and engagement in my community's vision, mission, and purpose. I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting, of reaping the harvest of a world that works truly for all. Breathe. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for taking your next step into being more courageous to evolve, more courageous to shift, more courageous to heal, more courageous to resolve, more courageous to, as Nancy invited us, to sit on the commode where we are communing with our daily expression by releasing anything that does not serve the highest and best, where we have the courage to walk the walk of science of mind and spirit in all of our daily experiences and expressions. Thank you for saying yes. You are awesome. And speaking of awesome, today after service over in Zoom, our practitioner of distinction, the awesome Sue Monahan, will be available for prayer. Always remember, you don't need to have things going on that are like, nah, to get prayer. Things can be, ha, and Sue will pray, and that ha will go to ha, like it will elevate. It will, because that's the power that Sue Monahan has to anchor and ground and know the truth of, for, and about you. So go over to Zoom and type the word prayer in the chat box, and Tracy will put you in a breakout room to be enveloped in the consciousness of Sue Monahan as she knows the truth. While everyone else join Zoom, join the after service fellowship, chat, for a while, and then we begin our Q&A with Reverend Ray. You can ask me whatever it is you want to ask me. Be respectful, be polite, but whatever you want to know, ask away. Now, today would have normally been our board meeting Sunday, but it's rescheduled for the 20th, which is tomorrow. So feel free to join. Our board meetings are open for, to the public or whatnot. So Sue can be sure to share the Zoom link so people can join in. So if you have questions about that, reach out to someone and we will get the answers to you. Simply anchoring and grounding in this moment, anchoring to this breath. We recognize that though this thing called Sunday service is coming to a close, the way that God is infinitely and eternally in service to itself continues, which means the manner in which each one of us shows up in the world is God continuing to demonstrate, to manifest, to express how service occurs, how relationship occurs, how community occurs, how the manifesting of a world that works for all occurs. And so we go out into the world and we do what we know how to do. We love, we share, we nurture, we honor, we respect, we shine, and we explode with this thing called joy. And we sing the song of life. And the law says yes. And to that we say, and so it is. Thank you all for all that you do. Happy holidays. Be mindful that our service next Sunday will be a recorded service. So, if you want to sleep in on Christmas, feel free. It'll be recorded. So just know that you can tune in and whatnot and watch it whenever you want. But love you all, and I appreciate you, and I will see you over in Zoom.